I am so excited about what you guys heard earlier because what I get to skip is helping to make you guys ready to receive this information because it's about to get oogie up in here. Because what we've been doing is we've been talking about your inner game, and it's critical on every single level, because now we're about to talk about your outer game. We're about to talk about marketing, and we're about to talk about how the world perceives you. Anybody feeling oogie yet? Yeah? Yeah, right? Because it's real. But we need to address that, and so I want to talk to you about the role of marketing, but I'm also going to give you homework. So I either might be your best friend for people that love to put pen to paper and get actionable, or I might be your worst enemy where you're like, I already have too much on my to-do list. But we're going to have fun no matter what going through it, and if you guys can put my slides up on the screen, that would be amazing. So thank you. At some point in time, there it is, you will see my perfect on paper slide. Fabulous. Hi, this is me. Hi, this is what we are all comparing ourselves against. Hi, this is not true in any way, shape, or form. You should have seen my face when the makeup artist finished. It was freaky. Like, my kids were early teenagers at the time, and they were literally walking up to me like, can I touch you? Because I looked like a baby doll. Like, I was airbrushed. Has anybody ever had the airbrushing makeup? Whoa. So it looks so good on camera, but super freaky deaky. But all of this, I worked really hard for this, and I'm not going to apologize for it, and I'm not going to shrink away for it, but I'm also going to challenge you not to compare yourself to it. And that's the critical thing, right? So, quick pop quiz just to make sure that we are recapping. True or false for you? True or false for you? Who in this room is awesome? Let's go! That was a little not quiet enough. Who in this room gets up every single day, serves others, hustles, has a to-do list, goes from here, goes from there, constantly multitasking, stays up too late? Yes, right? Who in this room has to have hard conversations with husbands, with teenagers, with coworkers, with bosses, with community, with board members? Anybody ever? Yeah, right? Who in this room has to be brave every day? Who in this room has to fake it till you make it? Right? So, let's try this again. True or false for you? Who in this freaking room is awesome? Get up! Get up! I need this room, this side of the room to yell. Who in this room is awesome? Yes! Because guess what, people? If you're going to market yourself, and by the way, we're all in the business of marketing. You're all in the business of sales because it's just human communication. Marketing and sales is just everything that represents you when you're not in the room, everything that people perceive about you, every way that people understand the words coming out of your mouth, everything, every bit of what you wear, every tool that you decide to engage on your behalf to communicate something to the world and to appropriately use and steward influence, that's marketing. So you're all in marketing. Don't care what your title is, except badass. But anyways, right? So you are awesome. But you have to stand on the foundation of that to now get real. And we're going to get super, super actionable. Because with women in marketing, we struggle to talk about ourselves. We struggle to own the accomplishments that we've done. We struggle to honestly communicate the value that we know that we can bring. We've talked about this earlier, right? We apologize or back away from our power and capability in this world because we've been taught not to communicate that. So how do you navigate that very dangerous landmine inside our heads and in the real world, because it is real, when it comes to marketing? And it's a paradigm shift, you guys, and that's what I want to offer you today. I'm going to give you super practical tips on how to do it. The paradigm shift is that your work, all your work, no titles required, work. Your work is not a four-letter word. Your to-do list is not a four-letter word. It is your opportunity to bless the world. It is everything you were personally and perfectly given in order to change people's lives. And guess what? We have to talk about that if we actually want to accomplish that, right? So you're awesome. I knew I was going to do this. I'm like asking for my slides. So you're awesome, and we want to make sure that you are using your work to bless the world. So first and foremost, we've got to find your voice. Now, there's a couple different things I want to talk to you about this. Number one is you need to invest in your voice. Inner game is great because then it's your responsibility to make it an outer game. It's not just the voice in your head. It's the one that you use inside of your brain and then vomit out of your mouth into the world, right? Finding and using and stewarding your voice. This is absolutely critical. So you have to invest in it. And I want to talk about investment real quick. You have an ATM. It's your attention, it's your time, and it's your money. So do not just assume when you hear the word invest that it is only about the dollars, because money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. There are so many baby steps that you have to take before you earn the right to spend $1 on your dream. Attention is a baby step. Time and research and belief and inner work is a baby step, and then you earn the right to spend money on what you accomplish. So finding your voice. So return on investment, a business term. So for my entrepreneurs in the room, my business leaders in the room, you're going to be really comfortable with this, and we're going to be talking and I'll be giving you tools on how to drive revenue. Any revenue, right? Any money that you've come, hustle, side hustle, the main hustle, somebody else's hustle, I've had all of them. I helped run my husband's company. I was a solopreneur. I've worked for Fortune 500s, and now I've had this company for 12 years. So all the hustles matter. Revenue. But marketing is also about your reputation. Your reputation, which is what you are seeding every single conversation, every single relationship, every single piece of giving that you do. You're seeding your reputation, and you already have a reputation, but are you actually stewarding it? Or are you just letting people believe what they want to believe about you? Because I would argue that for most people, not just women, most people, we're just hoping other people get it right about us. Shame on you. You know you better than anybody else. Why are you not advocating for you? You know what you bring to the table. You know how good you love on other people. You know what you're capable of. You're allowed to be proud of that and to want to steward your reputation on purpose, right? And I want you finding your voice and how you market yourself in the world. I want it to make you more resilient. And that's real return on investment, right? So 3 rules of marketing return on investment, okay? All right, let's go. Rule number 1, you guys are solving the wrong problem. So when people come to my firm, they're saying, how do I stand out? Or how do I figure out my personal brand? Or how do we make my website look more beautiful? Or I'm doing social media and it's not selling anything. Like it's not turning into sales. Or good God, I don't even know what to say on social media. It's just a big time suck. Or should I do a webinar? Should I do a podcast? Should I do this? Should I do that? How do I sell? How do I get more clients? And these are great questions. They're fine questions. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not vilifying them. However, they're not the real problem. So when I'm challenging you to solve the real problem, it's this. The one thing I really, really need you to take away, and so again, inner game to outer game, here's the transformation. It's not about you. Your magic, your specialness, your beauty, your gifts, your education, everything you worked so hard, your learnings, your failures, everything, not about you. What you have, what your potential is actually about, is what you are capable of doing for other people. So for any of those in the room that have businesses, your business would not exist without customers. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. No, I'm serious. I don't care how much you love your business. I don't care if it's fashion or healthcare or, widgets or manufacturing or logistics or serving or alcohol or catering or restaurants. If you have no customers, all of your gifts, all of your passion are for nothing. You did not open a restaurant for there to be no people. You don't cook huge volumes of food just to satisfy your own ability. We were literally given our gifts to give them away. And as women, we are amazing at this. Now we just have to own it. So this part, men hate this part. You guys are gonna love this part. So if your business is not about you, and your giftings and magic are not about you, your marketing shouldn't be about you either. Wah, 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 right? How many advertisements or leadership meetings or husband diatribes or anything else do you sit through where you're like, oh my God, when is this gonna end? Or this just has nothing to do with me. Like, what's the point, right? All of your marketing, everything that you communicate about how you're amazing and what you want to do in this world should simply be about other people. Give your customers what they want. Again, define customers as you will. Anybody you're asking anything from. Attention, you ask for attention. Are you paying attention to me? For any of my moms out there, do you not hear the words coming out of my mouth, right? You're asking people to pay you attention. You're asking people to spend time with you. And obviously, if you're in business, you're asking people to pay you for your value, attention, time, and money. So define customers how you will, but give them what they want. They want to know what's in it for me. Because guess what? Nobody's buying what you're selling. Wait, that's not true. Like, we buy nails, we buy Stellas, we buy alcohol, we buy cars, we buy healthcare services, we buy consulting, we buy coaching, we buy lots of things. How are we not buying things? No one bought coaching because they wanted to coach. Somebody bought coaching because they wanted to fill their potential. No one buys a car to get from here to there. Sometimes people buy a car because they have to throw their stinky kids' gear in the back. Sometimes people buy a car because it's the milestone that they thought, when I finally have enough money to buy my own car, it stands for something. Some people buy a car because they like to drive fast, or because that's what's expected of them because of the Joneses. Nobody's buying what you're selling. They're buying what they want and need. Talk to them about what they're really buying. Everything about what you offer, whether it's physical and tangible or whether it's intangible, is simply a tool for people to progress in their journey, and you're the guide. Talk to them about that, right? Give people what they want. What's in it for me? So, for instance, what are they actually buying? How do they feel about it? What's the transformation? I love clothes. I love makeup. I am not buying clothes and makeup. Some days I'm buying poor me and I deserve this and screw everybody and I'm gonna go do something for myself. I promise you I don't even remember what I buy after those sprees, right? Some days I'm buying, oh gosh, I'm gonna be on stage and what do I need to communicate? What partnership am I doing? That's not about the clothes, that's about a scenario. Some days I need confidence. I need to fake it until I make it because I've been beat down and I need to look in a real mirror and say, I like that girl. That's what I'm buying. It was never the blouse. It was never the dress. And it's the same for you as well, right? So serve, don't sell. You don't have to sell anything. You never have to convince anybody of anything. You simply have to guide them by being united and clear on what they want and what they need, reflect it back to them, and then walk alongside of them in the journey. This is true about conflict too, you guys. Rule number 1 of conflict communication, start with the facts, tell the truth about what that person's experiencing, even if you disagree with it. Name it, name the thing, meet people where they're at. Meet them in their pain, meet them in their frustration, meet them in their bitterness, but meet them. And it is amazing how much partnership and agreement you will get and how influential you become. Most of you guys have probably heard this before, that people will remember how you made them feel. We are women, we're amazing at this part. Be amazing on purpose in your communication, because you're already this. And so I forever give you permission to not have to be like, look at me, this is me, pretending about this, da-da. No. Sit in the gift of changing people's lives because you're already capable of doing that and you're literally doing it every single day with every single person that you love on, right? So serve, don't sell. All right, rule number 2. Oh, about 50% of you are going to love this and 50% of you are going to hate this. Get clear on your numbers and your logic, right? So for the business people in the room, this is really, really important. For those of you that are like, digital marketing doesn't work for me, or social media doesn't work for me, or this doesn't work for me, or that doesn't work for me, or how do I actually get results? There's a couple different places in business where revenue is coming from. Because remember how I told you nobody buys the thing? So I'm in marketing, my firm, we sell strategy and marketing services, included branding. Nobody wants branding. Nobody wants social media. Nobody wants marketing. You know what they want? They want money. They're trying to grow their company. They're coming to me saying, hey, can you teach us how to make more money? And the answer is yes, we can. So where does money come from? It comes from brand new customers, so expanding your circle of influence. It comes from existing customers. Guys, do not lose customers. Do not lose customers, do not lose customers, do not lose customers. People talk about this word called scale. There is one rule to scalability. Don't lose customers. Because if you are eroding all of your customer base, every time you get a new customer, you're simply in replacement mode. You can't grow like that. There is a lot of real world and personal inner game implications to this, but keep what you've worked so hard to earn, right? So make sure that you're focused on customer retention and then solve the right problem. And this is where the logic comes in. What do you really need? Now this is tricky, you guys, because we might feel like we need to be social media famous, or we watch people and we're like, wow, or we see people in the 25th year of their journey, and for some reason we're comparing ourselves to that even though we're only in the 2nd year of our journey, right? But how many businesses actually get sales from social media? Less than 1%. How many people are spending loads and loads and loads of time on social media and wondering why they're not selling anything? Probably like 99%. Social media has a really important role. It's reaching people, it's influencing people, it's thought leadership, it's personal branding. Nowhere in that sentence did I say it's about selling. There are mechanisms on the back end of social media that can create sales for you, right? But you've got to be clear what's the role of every single thing that you decide. So solving the right problem. Now, if for any of you in business that own your own thing, have a side hustle, I need you to take a quick picture of this because I'm just going to walk through some basic logic. Marketing has a lot of data that feels very far away from us. Impressions, marketing qualified conversions, all sorts of different things, clicks, blah, 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 blah. But then we say to ourselves when we're in business, I want to make $1 million, or I want to grow my company to $5 million, or I want to make $100,000 in personal income. So wait, so marketing has metrics like clicks and impressions and reach and conversions, but our goals have dollar signs. Near the two shall meet. So we've got to connect them. You need to turn your dollars into humans. So guess what? If you have $1 million goal and you have that blessed scenario where your average deal size is $100,000, how many humans do you need? 10. You need 10 people. You need 10 people to allow you to create transformation from them. It's not $1 million, it's 10 people, right? The logic and the numbers are always your friends. This is how you solve the right problem. So doing math where you back it up, where you go, okay, what does this mean in human terms? If I have this personal goal around dollars, what does it mean in regards to human beings? And this goes back to serve instead of sell. Because now, let's pretend, now you're like, oh, okay, I need to reach 1,000 people. So then I need to get 100 people to my website, and then 10% of those people are going to be interested in a conversation. And then out of those 10 people, maybe I'll get 2 deals. That's simple, straightforward logic with clear math that helps you solve the right problem, and it helps you maintain your humanity when you're marketing and selling. Because every single one of those people, you are teaching them something, you're helping them, you're giving them information on their progress. Nobody looked at your social media, looked at your website, checked you out, stopped by your booth, or had a conversation planning on not hiring you. Think about that for a second. No one was curious about you unless they had a personal driving interest in being curious about what you sell. They already want what you have. And so you can commit to being so good to them and giving them such great information and loving on them through your sales and marketing that even if they didn't pick you, because it was the right thing for them to not pick you, you made a permanent stamp in reputation and trustworthiness that will probably last you forever and benefit you financially because you'll be memorable. And how good does that feel? How good does that feel? That every time you sell or market, you're actually serving someone. You're progressing them in their personal journey. And that's what marketing and sales is actually supposed to be. And the numbers are your friend. And rule number 3, we're going to bring it home. Clean your freaking mirror. Clean your mirror. I love the example that she was talking about with looking at her teeth. I'm not going to ask you to say it out loud, but where do your eyes go, the first thing in the mirror? Not where everybody else's go. Everybody else sees your wholeness, your beauty, everything that you bring. They see your energy. They see everything. We see the one thing that we hate. Clean your freaking mirror. Clean it up. And I mean this in so many different ways. Because remember, here's the thing that you'll compare yourself to when you're talking about me. Because I love this picture, and I posted this, and this was a very hard one. This took over a decade to get to the point where I'd grown my business big enough that we needed a physical space. It was a profoundly exciting moment, right? But guess what? That's true too, because that's part of what it took to get there, right? That mirror and this. It took this to get there. Nights and nights of crying, being at my desk, being like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? Why am I stupider than everybody else? Why has this come so easy for everybody else? This is the truth of that photo. This is the truth of that perfect on paper photo, right? This is what it took. In this mirror, I'm okay with this mirror. And I'm okay with you guys seeing it too, because I trust you. Clean your mirror. See the truth of what's really going on. And get out of the freaking crab bucket. So crabbing, has anybody ever gone crabbing, like on the beach or anything like that? It's really fun. But there's some really creepy stuff in regards to crabs and actually all types of animals like this. They are violently hateful towards one another. So for instance, if you put a whole bunch of crabs in a bucket, eventually the bucket starts getting full to the point that a crab could actually crawl out and save itself. The second a crab gets close to the top of the bucket, the other ones will see it and will literally grab it, yank it back down, and they will tear it to pieces because it dared to be free. Anybody ever had that experience? Get out of the freaking crab bucket. Sometimes you are your own crab bucket. Sometimes the people that are scared for you, meaning scared for themselves, what's in it for me, are your crab bucket. But you've got a crab bucket. Get out. Get out. Crabs will never get you out of the bucket that you're stuck in. So just remember, there are no unicorns. There's no unicorns in business. There's no unicorns in marketing. There's not even any unicorns on stage. There's no unicorns. There's just women who can choose to have each other's back, who can choose to serve instead of sell, right? There's just human beings trying to figure it out. Because guess what? No one has figured it out. I have clients that have made billions of dollars. They have not figured shit out, you guys. Just saying. So be careful what you compare yourself to. And remember, investment. You want return on your investment. You're allowed to want the outcomes. I want you to want it all. I want you to want it all, but I don't want you to hate the journey getting there. I want you to own the hell out of it. Remember that every single day, just like how you can take care of your health every single day you can and are changing the world. You're not waiting to be rescued, like she said, self-rescuing princess. You're not waiting for anything. You're already alive. You're already gifting. You're already lovable. You're already loved. You're already transforming the world. You are already living a big life. You don't need proof. You don't need proof. Look inside, own it, be proud of it, smile, and follow the rules of investing, right? Own your reputation. Steward what you are capable of in this world. Because I can tell you one thing, every single one of you in the room is not going big enough. None of you are asking for as much as you're capable of giving and receiving. None of you are even imagining how big, powerful, and bold you could be and how big, powerful, and bold you already are. You already are. It's so damn exciting. And so we need you to own it on the outside, to be a light of love and inspiration to everyone else. This needs to be a grassroots movement where we're okay being awesome in this world. Because we constantly want to talk about what's standing in our way. Stop it. We had 2 experts on stage that are amazing at the psychology of influence and decision making and what's actually happening in the neurons of our brain. They are not joking when they are teaching you that you can rewire your potential and how you show up in this world. Do not talk about your problems. Don't feed the monster. Get out of the crab bucket. Talk about what's possible. You will attract the things that you focus on. What's possible for you? Because I believe in a principle called spiritual fingerprints, right? And just like every single person has unique fingerprints, and there's nobody in the world that has this. No one has your experiences, your giftings, your looks, your family, your quirks, your humor, your background, your failures, your education, your everything. No one has what you have. You are literally incomparable, cannot be compared, perfectly unique. And guess what? No one in the history of the world has ever had your perfect combination. And no one in the future will ever have it. You have a very specific space to take up in this world. And if you don't, no one ever will. Right? So, reminder, your potential, what you are capable of in this world, is unleashed through your ability to change others, to create transformation for others. And you're already doing it every single day. So scrub your damn mouth with that filthy word of someday and start embracing what you're already doing today. And start reminding yourself that every single day you're already stacking wins and loves and life lessons and experiences and awesomeness, one on top of each other, to have an incredibly bold, exciting life, where you just skid into home plate like, woo, I made it. So care more. You already do, you're women. Go bigger and be bold. Because remember, you're awesome. You're awesome. So, told you I was going to give you guys some homework. If you guys email me or grab, because I have the wrong QR code on here, if you email me or text me, I have a workbook for you. And it is going to take you through some really important homework that I'm very excited about for you. I want you to find the 9 people in your life and ask them the words they would use to describe you when you're not in the room. You're going to need to believe them, right? And I'm going to give you a lot of tools that you're going to enjoy if you're brave enough to go through your personal brand and how you're perceived in this world and how to steward it intentionally. So, you guys, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. Thank you for gifting me your amazingness. Onward and upward.